Well, now I'd like to introduce Bob Davidson. You all know Bob. He's been on the show many times before, but he's starting a new series this summer called Dollar Store Treasures. And I think this is going to be fascinating. So, Bob, welcome.
Thank you, Jim. Let me share the screen real quick. And this is just going to be a pretty quick visit every week. And I found that, and I mentioned it in some of my previous workshop episodes, that a lot of times I find stuff at the dollar stores, and it's pretty amazing some of the stuff you can get there. And at least, well, here in the States, it's now $1.25. Probably in Canada, it's $3, but there's still some great deals to be found there and some really interesting stuff. So with that, welcome to the first episode of Dollar Store Treasures. And look, whoa, we go wild with that. Everything that I'm finding actually comes, we have Dollar Tree stores all across the States, and that's where tonight's two items come from. Each week I'll just be showing a couple of items. So this is only going to be a couple of minute episode, but we'll get started. The first thing I found, and this was a real surprise to me, were these plant clips. If any of you recall, about a year, well, a little more than a year ago, when I did my session on my elevated railway, I talked about how I had found these, or was actually told about these little clamps by a model boat builder up in Maine. And what these are little clips that they use to attach plant stems when they want to have a stick or something to keep them straight. And this is kind of how I wound up using these. I was putting some walkways down on a curved section of railing. This was all hand-laid track. And at the time, I was buying them on Amazon, and I think I said I was getting 20 of them for like $7. Well, this now is you get 20 of them for $1.25. There's 10 of the large ones and 10 of the small ones. So that's a really great deal. And they're wonderful little clamps because they don't have a ton of pressure, but it's good for gluing and stuff like that. They don't crush anything, obviously, because they're made for plant stems. So really kind of a neat find. I think it's a seasonal find that you'll find now at the dollar store. So go visit, take a look. Really a useful little piece there for, like say, for $1.25. The next thing I found, and through the summer, we'll be looking at a lot of things. And this is, take a walk when you go to the dollar store, go down to the makeup aisle. They have a lot of brushes, and this is a little powder brush that I just found. It appears to be a natural China bristle. Very soft, very well set in the ferrule. Didn't have any loose filaments in it. Here's kind of what it looks like. It's about an inch, and it's a perfect little brush for using with weathering powders or chalks. And again, it's $1. You can't go bad. So again, visit the makeup aisle there, where they have some, and I think I've mentioned before, there's all kinds of things you can find there with the nail polishes and stuff like that. So we'll be looking at a bunch of that. So those are the two items for this week, little clamps and this little brush. So go visit your dollar store. You really can find treasures there, and they'll work very well with your model railroads. So that's it for this week, Jim.
Well, Bob, thank you so very much. I really appreciate. I think this is going to be a great segment. I really do, because it's a great way to get some stuff and save a lot of money compared to what you might be able to get it for other places.
Absolutely, and they have. Well, you'll see there's such a wide range. I actually went out tonight or this afternoon, and for $5, I got everything that I need for the rest of this month's presentation. So it's but yeah, there are some really good ways to use things. And you know, the thing is that so many times, so many items are out there that are being used for something else. But when it comes over into the model world, everyone thinks it's a specialized item, so they jack the price up on it. So, with all due respect to all of our hobby store people out there, there are some deals to be found. So we'll see you next week.
Great. Thanks so much, Bob. Anybody have any questions for Bob?
Not a question, but I'll add another one. At the dollar store, I use buckets of super glue, lots of super glue. And I find the dollar store sells super glue substantially cheaper than
Right.
going to your favorite hobby store or hardware store.
Yeah, you can all kinds of adhesives, and actually, I'm going to do a week that'll just be on that. I today actually found Mod Podge at this dollar store at Dollar Tree for $1. So there's all kinds of stuff there.
Well, thanks again, Bob. We really do
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.